I'm now sitting here at the Synthesis 2012 Hacienda stage with Happy Oasis, who's featured on Oprah, New York Times bestseller, and one of the happiest 100 women in the world. Is that correct?
Somewhat correct. The story of my name was featured on Oprah's show, and who has become a dear friend, Marcy Shimoff, America's #1 best-selling author, wrote the book Happy for No Reason, in which I was featured as one of the happiest 100, and she also featured the story of my name in that book, which
Excellent.
Oprah really enjoyed hearing about on her show.
Excellent. Well, you've had multiple projects, and you guys, you and your husband bounce around all over, but tell us first, like, when your first real spiritual awakening was to this energies and raw foods, a better way of living. Were you always brought up like that, or was there a certain pivotal point where you sort of just had an awakening?
I believe it was when I was an infant, and I was prone to temper tantrums, and I was somewhat neglected sometimes. My mother wouldn't come to the crib, and so I would scream for hours, it seemed, and be hungry and thirsty. And it dawned on me that if I'm going to survive and enjoy this experience in the crib, I better save my energy and just give up any chance that my mother is coming in the near future, and just enjoy the experience of breathing and being alive, even though I'm hungry and thirsty.
At such a young age, you remember that. That's quite amazing. And you also were adopted by 7 tribes.
When I was a teenager, I left home, and I received a scholarship to study abroad at Hobart Matriculation College in Tasmania.
Wow.
From 16 to 17. And from there, I became an adventure anthropologist. And having studied at various tribal institutions, I then decided to don my backpack and head out in the world, because my best friend, who was my anthropology professor, she said, instead of getting your PhD in anthropology, it's better to go out now, because there's still tribes alive that are living way out in the hinterlands, at the edges of the world, and go and live with them and experience what you would love now while you can.
Wow, what a great experience. And it's a very common story with a lot of us star children, that we left home early and we go on our own experiences, but nothing like that. That's the first I've heard where you go and live with tribe. It's like Tippy, the girl from South Africa, the French girl that lives with the Aborigines. Amazing story. And now, wow.
Yeah.
And until what age did you live with them?
Well, when I was in Tasmania, I visited them a little bit, and then on the mainland, a year and a half later, I lived with Aborigines up in the Coronada Plateau in northern Queensland.
Wow.
However, that was more of a short time, and the other tribes were primarily in Asia.
Wow. And we're here with the book, Bliss Conscious Communication. And before we get into this, I want to talk a little bit about your raw foods, because you are one of the head pioneers for raw foods of the new generation. So tell us a little bit about that. We've had David Wolf on before, but raw foods is so important. So tell the listeners a little importance about it and how you were the pioneer.
Yes, David Wolf is a delightful raw enthusiast, of course, and a good friend. And he's spoken many times at the Raw Spirit Festival, at which he said it was the largest event, and it really catalyzed.
How many people?
And well, we served thousands. I'm not sure how many thousands of people, tens of thousands.
Wow.
It's influenced probably millions through the many ripples, and it really catalyzed the new movement, because it was the first festival that brought together raw foods. We had the first chocolate contest. We had the first raw festival that brought in musicians. We also brought in eco-sustainable solutions, eco-cars,
well needed,
electric fields. We brought in 375 vendors at festivals and thousands of participants. We had 9 stages at a time. So it was actually several times larger than the festival that we're at currently.
Absolutely. There's definitely not 9 stages.
And it was also highly organized, and everybody got paid. And there was really not very much drama behind the scenes. It was a really tight community. And so now, the reason why I founded the festival is because when I was a child, I was raised on junk food.
Yes,
and
like many of us.
Many of us. We're survivors, McDonald's,
Oh,
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Pop-Tarts,
oh,
Lucky Charms.
you're making me hungry.
And so consequently, it helped me to discover illness at a very young age. So when I was a toddler, I was constantly in the hospital at the doctor's office on antibiotics most of my childhood with colds and flus, and I was, as my mom says, I was one big booger. And they couldn't figure out why, because I was never breastfed, and my sister never had this problem, but she had been breastfed. And so I was so ill that at a very young age, perhaps age 12, I started reading health books, trying to understand why I was like this. And so it took about 15 years before I discovered that I'm allergic to cooked food. And it's not so much as an allergy as a sensitivity, as an awareness that when I drink a green, fresh juice, it gives me so much vitality. Whereas when I drink a cooked, fried something, it just
brings you down.
And then the more we meditate, and I started to meditate as a young teenager, the more we become sensitive to the various flavors of life and the subtleties of the frequencies of various foods and people. Good vibe here. Good vibe.
Thank you.
There.
Yes.
Out there too. So what I realized is that I wish to help people at various ashrams and monasteries, and I went from living at a monastery to starting my own festival, because at the monastery they wished to make sure that people kept eating cooked Thai food instead of eating raw food. They were a little concerned that their monastery was going to become raw vegan, because so many hundreds of people were showing up who were foreigners every month for our 10-day meditations and saying we would prefer this raw food. But it's tried tradition that the first bite of every meal must be rice to honor the rice gods. Because when they have famine, it's rice that gets them out of the famine. So I decided I would like to combine this wonderful spiritual path that I had discovered through Buddhism, Hinduism, nature, my own introspection, and also raw food at the same time. Because I had been at raw cleansing centers and with lots of people cleansing on raw food, but they didn't have a spiritual path. And then I'd been at spiritual ashrams and monasteries, but the nuns and monks were getting sick, eating junk food.
Yeah.
So I thought raw and spirit. Raw spirit. Hence the beginning of the Raw Spirit Festival.
Wow.
It was the first festival about not just food, but about the importance of spirituality.
Absolutely.
And food, and creativity, and a healthy economy that's eco-based. Music, art, science, bringing it all together in community.
Wow. So important. So many things that you've helped pioneer. It's amazing. Thank you for your service. And now, bliss conscious communication. So important. Dawn of a new age, age of Aquarius. Tell us about the book.
Yes, well, my first book was Uncivilized Ecstasies, and it's the #1 best-selling poetry book in New Zealand where I wrote it, but it sold out really quickly.
Wow.
So there's a few copies floating around for like $130 on Amazon, but I can't
Not bad.
them. So it's out of print. However, this one is, we have about 25 copies left out of this 30,000 run.
Wow.
And this is the advent of a new movement called Blissology that I commenced 8 years ago when I first wrote the book in New Zealand. And then I let it go so that I could really focus on the Raw Spirit Festival and make the Raw movement a household word, and Raw Vegan something that anybody can do. And now that that's been accomplished, I let the festival go into heavenly hiatus this year, and we put on 65 place shops for Blissology.
Wow.
And we're now, in 2013, commencing to certify Blissologists so that people can take this out into the world.
Excellent.
So that Blissologists become as common as massage therapists and as common as raw vegan friendly restaurants have become, and so that people have the opportunity to commune with each other in a more joyful means.
And when you started with the raw foods, there was, 2 restaurants in America, and now how many is there?
470. I've lost count, but there's a lot. And when we started, there were perhaps 1,000 raw vegans in America. Very, very few. And now there's perhaps few 100,000.
Wow.
At least. Maybe even 1 million. That might
Wow.
be an exaggeration. It's kind of hard to tell. At least raw friendly people. We know there's
And people go through periods. They do raw a little bit. They go back. They do vegan. I've tried vegan. Yeah.
And you know that you can go back to it. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
You might go out and party, have a good time, and then you say, I need to cleanse. But you have the knowledge that you can juice, you can fast.
Absolutely.
You can just eat simple food. You don't have to go to the doctor or the hospital. And that's really what it's about, is having the option and the choice. Not about necessarily doing that all the time, but knowing that that's in your toolkit for your
Absolutely.
living.
Well, this is a handbook in itself to teach people the way, and it all ties in together. Raw food, spirituality, bliss, it's all together. Tell us about some upcoming projects that you have.
Well, because of this, we're now founding Blissology University. And it's a lot of fun to say, especially when we shorten it to Bliss U or Be You. And every month we come out with the Bliss U news. It's online. You can sign up for that at blissologyuniversity.com.
Wow.
Or blissu.org. And we are co-creating a university that's a consortium of incredible speakers. Swami Vyandananda, Sarah McLean, the meditation teacher with Deepak Chopra, the dozens of luminaries are going to be
excellent.
The Blissology University and upcoming
amazing
online seminars and in places of paradise.
Wow. Lots of projects. And where can people find out more information and get more information on the book and about raw foods?
Where they can bliss forth.
Where they can bliss forth.
Well, there's a few YouTubes out there. If you just look up Happy Oasis, some coming out with Blissology University. So the best way to be in touch with me, of course, is to open your arms.
And that's it. And be blissful.
And to bliss forth, of course, at
excellent.
all times. And my website, one of them is happyoasis.com. Another is blissologyuniversity.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming here and spreading your light and love and amazing projects you've done, over 10 of them, and being here as part of the Synthesis 2012. Thank you so much.
My delight.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes. Thank you. The happiest 100 women in the world. Is that correct?
Somewhat correct. The story of my name was featured on Oprah's show, and who has become a dear friend, Marcy Shimoff, America's #1 best-selling author, wrote the book Happy for No Reason, in which I was featured as one of the happiest 100, and she also featured the story of my name in that.
I'm now sitting here at the Synthesis 2012 Hacienda stage with Happy Oasis, who is featured on Oprah, New York Times bestseller, and one of the...
Save my energy and just give up any chance that my mother is coming in the near future, and just enjoy the experience of breathing and being alive, even though I'm hungry and thirsty.
At such a young age, you remember that. That's quite amazing. And you also were adopted by 7 tribes.
When I was a kid, and I was prone to temper tantrums, and I was somewhat neglected sometimes. My mother wouldn't come to the crib, and so I would scream for hours, it seemed, and be hungry and thirsty. And it dawned on me that if I'm going to survive and enjoy this experience in the crib, I better...
Excellent.
Oprah really enjoyed hearing about on her show.
Excellent. Well, you've had multiple projects, and you guys, you and your husband bounce around all over. But tell us first, like, when your first real spiritual awakening was to this energies and raw foods, a better way of living. Were you always brought up like that, or was there a certain pivotal point where you sort of just had an awakening?
I believe it was when I was an infant.